And here we are, back at SpeedCon with another run, the penultimate run of this year's marathon. It is the amazing Hedweg, if you haven't heard of him already. It's an awesome run, so please stay here, watch this run. Yooka-Laylee, open all tomes. So I'd say get going, Het, and I'm looking forward to the run.
Thank you for the introduction. Hello, yes, I am Hedweg. You might have heard me in the previous run, or with my Clive and Wrench run earlier in the marathon, but I'm not gonna talk any longer, and just on creating a new save file, we will start the timer and I'll give a countdown. It's in 3, 2, 1, go! Yay! Okay, so this run is a miscellaneous category of the original Yooka-Laylee. You guys probably have seen this game before. It's basically an homage to like the old 3D platformers like Banjo-Kazooie by partly the same team of the guys who like did the same game, who did the games in the past, like for the N64. And there's 5 worlds in this game. And in most speedruns, we actually don't get to see a lot of those worlds, but usually just the first and maybe the fourth. But in this speedrun, we're actually gonna see 4 of the worlds. So that's why I wanted to show it off. Like, even though the run's really short, you're gonna see at least a little bit of actual gameplay. As our main objective in this run is to open up all the levels. You already saw me skip out of that tutorial area there earlier, where Trouser, the snake, wanted to have us collect some quills, but we just used a lag jump to get out of there. Lag strats is something we'll use very commonly in this run, as we figured out that if we, for example, jump, pause the game, create lag through changing the graphics quality of the game, we can create a little bit of lag so that the game forgets to really check some stuff like some collision stuff for a few seconds. And yeah, that's kind of neat for us because, for example, in jumps it lets us jump higher. In like some areas it's gonna let us clip out of bounds or dive really far down in water or acid to get down under walls. And you're basically gonna see me perform a trick right away after this little cutscene, where I'm gonna try to jump into water and do a lag clip, to dive really far down into the water and kind of slip under the wall to get out of bounds and skip into an area that is around the third of the 4 levels of this game. Pause menu, doing the lag, and here we go. We're out of bounds. Tight platforming out of bounds real quick. And here we go. We're gonna press this button to have a way back, and we're already past the wall that we'd usually only be supposed to be at, let's say, 3-4-ish hours into the game casually. Why we're doing this is kind of to enter up some paths for later through this hub world that connects like the entrances to the actual levels. And here we're actually gonna collect the second pagey. Just by jumping at this wall, we can hit a load trigger that's behind the wall. That's usually for getting back after like doing this little labyrinth section, but hey, we like to just jump at the wall and trigger the load anyways. Now meeting our favorite character in the game, Vandy. A lovely, totally non-scary vending machine. Who's gonna let us equip a tonic? Tonics are little modifiers. For example, this one lets me roll longer. And as you might have seen already, rolling is like a rather fast way of movement through the game. There's one other way of moving through the game that will be flying. And I'll get that by visiting the 4th level of the game, Capital Casino, and getting at least one pagey in there and then talking to Trouser, because Trouser is who always teaches us the moves. Just getting some of the pages in the hub around here. And while we're at this, like, you can probably already see in the game that Yooka has a quite impressive tail. Just like that plushie behind me there, you can probably see in the bottom left corner of the camera. That plushie as well has a rather impressive tail, so if you want it to be pulled, you should get in those donations, guys.
Maybe this is a good time to just remind you that there's only $14 left to go to get the tail pulled, because the amazing Super Luigi Brews has donated $30 towards this incentive. Thank you so much. Without a comment, but your donation is greatly appreciated. So we're almost there, folks.
Thank you, Hamish. Awesome, 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 awesome. Yeah, we're entering the first level right now. Inside those levels, we're actually collecting some of the quills, because in order to teach us moves, which we need to unlock more of the pages, which are the main collectibles. Trouser, at least when we meet him inside of levels, wants us to pay him quills, because he's a greedy little boy. He likes those golden, shiny quills that we collect, and if we don't, he's not gonna teach us the cool moves, so we'll try and do that. Yeah, we're only gonna enter this level once. We kind of just enter it in order to collect those quills, really. Let me think about it. Yeah, it's mostly just for collecting these quills, because we're not actually getting anything else here that's big. Just getting these quills, and then at the end getting one page out of it. And I mean, obviously, we want to open up all of the levels anyway, so if we already haven't opened up, it would be a shame if we wouldn't also enter it, right? Little platforming section back here where we want to jump off of the platforms as fast as possible as soon as we touch them, in order not to get knocked off by the wind from that last one. Let's see. Oh yes, we got knocked off, but that's not a big deal. We can just climb up those rocks in the back there. No worries, you guys. Just collect it and go out of the level. Now making our way over to Tribal Stack Tropics, the first level of the game, with this jump over the windy bridge. Usually we would be intended to get an ability to lick on a cannonball, get super heavy, and not get manipulated at all by the wind blowing at us. But we just found out that, like, if we jump at the bridge from a certain angle, we can pretty much just hold forward and roll and jump, and not have a hard time just going over there anyways, without wasting any time on getting that move. Because each move we would want to have, we need to get more quills for. And we obviously don't want quills, so let's enter Tribal. Tribal's mostly gonna be for quills and pages as well. Not too many pages in this level. I think we need about like 30-ish. I don't actually have the exact number in my mind right now, because I'm a little bit how do you say? I don't find the word. Nervous, that's the term. Lovely. So we're gonna raise this cloud, and on the way collect all of the quills that are on our path. it kind of combines two things at once. We enjoy... Like, we kind of don't want to have this pagey in the route, and we'll likely route it out at some point, if we find something that replaces it, but the factor that we can collect so many quills just while doing the challenge for the pagey is kind of chill. Can't be nervous if you don't know the word. I wouldn't be so sure about that. So yeah, just finishing this little race. At the end of this level, you're actually gonna see me, I'm gonna explain it now because then I'm gonna be focused to do it. You're gonna see me do a trick that we call double lag, and I'll actually use a single lag right afterwards as well. So I basically use 3 lag jumps in order to jump up to a place. You're usually supposed... Like, this game is all about backtracking. Like, you usually unlock abilities throughout the game, and then at some point you'll go back to an older level. And, for example, once you got flight, you'd be supposed to revisit this level and do a little challenge on the top of, like, Trouser's Temple. Where there's a little sign friend called Planker. He's a very mean guy, but he wants us to work for him, so he tells us, hey, can you pick up all of those papers flying around in the air? And between those papers, there just so happens to be a golden pagey that we enjoy collecting. And lucky for us, we can collect that pagey with 3 times lag power. So let's just collect all those pagey pieces so he becomes whole again. Skip some quills on the left there, because earlier when I did practice runs I usually collected way too many quills, and getting rid of a few of them will save me a bit of time. And we obviously opt for world record here, don't we? Lol. Nothing but world record is acceptable for a marathon, am I right? So we're making our way over here. This is the temple I was talking about, and now I'm gonna climb up a place here which we usually would only be supposed to be getting up with other moves, but I'm gonna try to chain 2 lag jumps together by just pressing pause on one of the first frames after getting out of the pause. Okay, didn't get it. Let's try again. Okay. First lag. I might be too late with that second pause, but let's try still. Another lag. Hey, we got up. Now just one more normal lag jump. And let's get up here. And there we go. There's our little pagey friend. Just gonna fall down to our buddy Trouser now, who's a really mad little salesman. And buy the 2 moves that we need from this level, which is gonna be Slurp Shot, allowing us to pick up fire berries and ice berries and shoot them. And Body Slam, which is like a ground pound basically. We can use both of those on multiple other pages that we need to collect throughout the run in order to open up the other levels. On that note, for the first level, to open up the first level, I needed 1 pagey. Then for the second level that we sequence-breakingly opened up first, we needed 3 pages. Then for the third, we'll need 7. For the fourth, we'll need 10 pages, and for the last level, we'll need 12 pages. So, yes, something between 30 and 40 pages. I wasn't able to calculate that in my head just now. That we need to collect. And yeah, that's like roughly a third roughly a third of the game. Yeah, somewhere between like a quarter and a third of the game in terms of pages that we collect. But yeah, as this is a miscellaneous category, we're not gonna fight the boss in the end. It just ends on opening up the last level. It's a fun little thing. That's why I like the category. It shows up, it shows off most of the tricks we have for levels and for the really fast pages that we can do, without getting real lengthy. Just collecting one more pagey down there that we can get, because now that we have slurp shot, we can pick up that water berry and make that fire go away. Water that fire, whatever. I'll save quit to the menu, just load back into the file, and we respawn back at the last level that we exited, which helps us get back up here faster than just by going there. Now I'm gonna perform another major sequence break, basically getting from the hub around the 2nd level to the hub around the 5th level. It's called gate skip because there's a little gate, and we also skip the 2nd quiz of the game through that. I forgot to mention those. There's actually 3 quizzes throughout the game, 2 just in the overworld and 1 right before the final boss. Kinda reminiscent of Banjo-Kazooie. But we skip all of them. Hey, here we go, I'm out of bounds. Now I'm gonna perform another lag jump. No, I think that was a bad setup. Yeah, I need to pause slightly later. Some more cool out of bounds movement here. Jumping over there. Luckily we can jump off of ceilings if we don't stand on them for too long, and hey, here we go. Path open up. Gate skip done. Now we'll just make our way over to the... we'll run past the 5th level. The levels, by the way, are called tomes. That's why the category is called Open All Tomes. Lol. I never specified that. Perfect. And usually, in order to be able to enter the 4th level, we're supposed to have the camo ability, Camo Cloak. It makes Yooka invisible. And, when we try to enter the 4th level, there's a little surveillance camera that tries to spot our movement, and if it finds us, if it sees us enter a certain area, I think I didn't press it far enough. If it sees us enter a certain area, it'll close down a little section with a button that we need to open up a gate to then proceed to the tome. But we'll just try to angle a jump, jump in with a roll into the area, and then at the right moment pausing the game using another lag trick. Not necessary that I fell here. Just gonna have me climb some other stuff up again. Yeah, using another lag trick to just make it into, over to the button without it closing on us through the surveillance camera. Yes, that worked. See, it closed, but we were already inside. Perfect. Let's go. That level's actually gonna be pretty straightforward. We're just gonna become a helicopter because obviously, chameleons are pretty good in color shifting and stuff like that. They can apparently also shapeshift. So we'll just become a helicopter, or the community likes to call it, Yooka-Copter. Sometimes I'm actually Yooka-Copter in real life. Some say. And yeah, collect some casino tokens, because that's what we need in this level to turn in for pages. Collect another few quills. Buy a move to get some cool stuff on the overworld. But yeah, it's all really straightforward. first of all, get this little thingy, talk to Dr. Puzz, who's a really nice friend of us and likes to transform us into all kinds of different things, like a snowplow, or a helicopter, or a plant. But in this run, you're only going to see the Yooka-Copter. Because Yooka-Copter is where it's at. Also, may I remind you that there's a possibility for the plushie behind me to get its tail pulled? Just saying. So we're just trying those broken slot machines over here, because those have casino tokens in them. Just trying that one. Flying over here, because that path where I just destroyed the other one, we'll just walk past there later. We try to get... no, we don't just try. We are getting 5 pages in this level. We're actually going to be nearly done with collecting pages after exiting this level already. Like, or at least we need like less than 10 more after this. Also, I totally forgot how to line this up just now. Like, I didn't actually forget it, but somehow I got nervous. Forgot it for a moment. So all those slot machines are not actually RNG. This casino, or casino, how it's called, is very generous. It actually... oh, dang. It actually lets us use skill on all its slot machines. We can just time our body slams right and get all those cool casino tokens here.
Well, maybe you have a quick second?
Yes, obviously.
Yeah, because you just mentioned it like a minute ago, but I wanted to remind the audience as well that we are, as you can see when you look at the timer, already more than halfway through the run. So there's not too much time left to get Hedweg pull Yooka's tail after the end of the run, and I'm absolutely sure that we all want to see that. And we are just $14 away from this donation incentive, and I see we have a bunch of people watching, so if everybody here just chips in $1, we have reached and overreached this incentive in no time. The money goes to a great cause, and every single dollar helps, even if it's just $1. We truly appreciate it, and it can make a big impact. So please have that tail pulled. I want to see this. I believe in you.
Yes. Amazing. So, what we're going to do now is play some other slot machines. These slot machines are actually a little bit messed up. They don't work like normal slot machines, but on this one, for example, it's like if we press the left button, it'll trigger the right slot. If we press the middle button, it'll do the left one, and so on. And there's cool patterns on those that we can just follow, and then we'll be done with those slot machines in no time. Like for example on this one, or we can have a double press. Perfect. Another big slot machine here. Just waiting a little bit. Here we go. Now we'll roll over and collect the tokens from the broken slots that we destroyed right in the beginning. Head over to our bestest vending machine we know. Isn't she lovely? There's also, like, you guys can Google up, there's awesome GIFs of her. Vendy is the best. Vendy is the best. Or look into the Platonic Twitter accounts. They usually like to meme around with Vendy as well. So yeah, we're just gonna hand in our tokens at this guy who's absolutely not capital B, the final boss of the game. Who we're not ever gonna see actually in the run, so it doesn't even make sense that I'm making that joke. Yeah, we'll not talk about that. Alright, we bought the last move, which is Reptile Rush. And it actually lets us roll even faster. We can now charge up our roll to dash wildly through the world. And yeah, we're gonna use that to maneuver our way around the overworld as fast as we can. First of all, getting this little Domino's pagey. Not sponsored. Just gonna have those books fall over. After we're getting the pagey, I'm just gonna fall into the abyss there to reset at the Capital Casino level entrance, because it puts us closer to where I want to go in order to learn the flight ability from Trouser. So by visiting Capital Casino before getting the camo ability, we also lost our chance of getting the camo ability ever. So we're gonna have to go through... Oh no, I wanna beat you. We're gonna have to do a reptile rush and lag through this gate, which gives us this gigantic speed boost here. Tell him to Trouser, get him the flight ability. Lovely. Okay, and now I'm gonna try to do the hardest strat, I believe, in this run, which is called in and out. I'm gonna try to go into this acid pipe, just tanking all those hits. And trying to again collect butterflies on my way out to survive this. But I'm not extremely good at this. Well, let's still try, of course. Can I do it? No, I can't, actually. No. right as I was about to get out. Okay, whatever. It's a small time loss, but we're just gonna take it and embrace it. And instead use our flight ability to just fly over all of this mess. And past the camo gate.
Maybe we can take this as an opportunity to remind everybody of the pulling Yooka's tail incentive, because the amazing Super Luigi Bruce has donated another $10 saying, "Doing great, Hedweg. Come on, people, let's get that tail pulled." Yes. And with this donation, we are just $4 shy of meeting it. $4 more for the incentive, then Yooka's tail gets pulled by your runner Hedweg. And you want to see that? Come on, do it. I believe in you. Let's go.
Yes, let's get that tail pulled. I'm with you on that, Luigi Bros. So this how's it called? Pagey. This Pagey is actually named after one of the composers of this game that you all might have heard of, which is called Grant Kirkhope. He likes to call himself Crazy Kirkhope. And his whole deal is that he goes onto the water down there as soon as we release him from the chest. And he'll try to run from us, but if we jump at him from just the right angle, right here, he'll just not. We can just glide right into him and he just won't move at all. Now just doing this little challenge. Where we swim through rings. We're usually supposed to have a body bubble ability where Yooka creates bubbles underwater. I'm not exactly sure how one would create bubbles underwater with their body, but we won't question it. And just embrace the fact that we don't actually need the ability to complete this challenge. even though it takes 10 more seconds. But yeah, getting the thing would take longer than those 10 seconds. That just takes longer. From here, we're just gonna go over to the third level of the game, which we will now enter as the fourth. Moody Maze Marsh. We're just gonna get pretty much the rest of the pages we need for opening up the very last level of the game. No, actually, there's gonna be a few more, but it's gonna be the last level we're actually entering. Because the last level, obviously, as the run ends, when we open up the last level, we're not going to enter the last level anymore. It would be kind of stupid and counterproductive. But yeah, we're just gonna do this this thing where we're supposed to not touch the water in order for that cage to stay up. I like to call this pagey no touchy water in my splits. And from there we're gonna go over to the tree one, which we're not supposed to collect with flight, because usually when you enter this level in a casual playthrough, you would not have the flight ability yet. Over to this little minigame called Pumping Plant, where we gotta get this box through a maze by manipulating the air flowing through it. Oh wait, I'm not even on the button wall. Look at my mad skills. Look at my mad skills. There we go. Now there's one one pagey left to collect, and we call it Thorns because it's a pagey that's actually inside a little piece of thorns that's underwater. We're usually supposed to get another transformation for this to become piranhas and just swim in there, because fish obviously can swim through thorns. That's at least lore-wise in this game. But chameleons can't. And yeah, we're instead going out of bounds using another lag trick and flying around out of bounds here, trying to fly into it from below. And I failed. Nice. So now I'll try to ground pound into it. Well, let's see if this will work. It's kind of hard to ground pound into it, so I might have to... Oh! Nice, first try. So we're kind of ground pound, do a lag trick again. The game forgets to check the collision on already hitting the thorns. We go past the thorns for a bit, and there we are, having our lovely pagey. So that's Moody Maze Marsh. Now we're actually gonna go back to the very first area of the game called Shipwreck Creek. Because after visiting the first level of the game and collecting a pagey there, it spawns two collectible pages there. One around a little mast, and one we're gonna try to get from our buddy Blasto, who has a little bird friend called Blastooey. Obviously no references there to any other characters. So we're gonna try to ground pound into him from the front, actually, in order for him to spit the pagey right at us and not actually out and us having to collect it. And now we'll just fly over here, collect that pagey, do another save quit, and there we go. As you might have seen, we're right now on 9 pages on on us, meaning we are only 3 short of opening up the last level. For that reason, we're now gonna just clean up some of the easy to collect pages around the overworld. Then move over to the tome, like the very last tome. And yeah, open it up, pretty much. Yeah, you also saw me needing Reptile Rush for opening up that pipe there. It's a pretty cool ability. We need it for all sorts of things. Moving fast through the map, destroying glass. But please, kids, don't try this at home. Don't try to roll really fast into glass walls. That's not a thing you should be doing. Usually it would result in really bad injuries. So there's, I'd say, less than 3 minutes left. Probably only 2 minutes left in the run. So if you want to get Yuka's tail pulled, there's not exactly much time left.
Well, just literally, when you said this, Chi had sent in a donation of $5 saying, please pull tail, thanks. And with that, everybody, you did it. Thank you so much. Yuka's tail is officially gonna get pulled after the end of the run. Thank you so much for your donations. I really do love you all. And also love you, Hedwig.
Nice. I love you too. Yeah, it was actually gonna get really close here, but you guys are awesome. Both Luigi Bros, Chi, all the other awesome people who donated. Amazing event, amazing to be on here. Let's go. Let's just Reptile Rush through this tunnel, get the last pagey, open up Galleon Galaxy, and then the moment you all waited for. Exactly as planned in the script, oh yes. Now let's go, we're just gonna land here, Reptile roll over to the last level, and time is coming up in a moment. As soon as this cutscene is completed. And that would be... time! Hey! Woo! We have opened up all tomes. I don't think it's wall record, is it? Whoa. just to have a little bit of ambience while we're gonna pull Yuka's tail, I'll now just enter this level. It has a cool music. As far as I'm concerned, Super Luigi Bros is the one who actually designed this level. Let's go, let's go. So, over here we have our lovely friend Yorka. Or Yuka, however you want to call him. And look at that, he has quite an impressive long tail, doesn't he? But you guys can't even imagine how long that tail is, because it hasn't been pulled yet. Yuka's tail has not been pulled. But thanks to your guys' donations for Save the Children, Yuka's tail, hello, is now gonna be pulled. Get ready. What? What is this tail? It is a really long tail. Look at it. It can even go back together. And whoop! Yuka has a really long tail. The good thing is Yuka doesn't actually feel pain because this is a plush and not actually a real animal. I wouldn't do that if it was a real animal. This tail has been pulled. Damn. Wild. Wild tail. Look, you can't see it from the front, but you can see it from the side. This is a long tail. No Yukas were harmed. This is a plush, yes. This is a lovely Yuka plush. Boop its snoot, please. Come on, for the fans. Boop, boop. Awesome. And yeah, the plush, like the tail can be extended like this, so it stays like this. But then you can actually... No, this is taking it too far. Yeah, we are actually taking it too far now. Yuka's gonna say goodbye, and I'm also gonna say goodbye because I had a lot of fun with this marathon. There's another run to come. Everyone make sure to also watch that and keep donating to the awesome marathon and the awesome charity. Love you guys. Bye bye.
Yeah, I am not going to say goodbye because we still have one more run to go. Thank you, Hedweg, for this amazing run. See ya in the finale.